Hello horse friends, and welcome back to the Imperfect Question. This week I'm going to be doing a little bit more basic horse training in the field with JJ, so why not join me and see how we're getting on and what we're doing there. And then a little bit later on I'm going to be going to a small local tack sale at a village hall to see if there's anything interesting I can pick up. So why don't you join me and see what we can get there.
I kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. You're like my favorite snack, I won't say it out loud. I won't say you're perfect, we all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of way that I got.
In this week's training session with JJ, you can see that after I've mounted, I do exactly what I usually do, and I am spending some hurry up and relax time. As soon as I get on, we're waiting for her to relax. Then I can set off and we can begin the tasks. So I've set up 4 ground poles just for walking over, and I've used the cones to raise them on each side. Now after we've gone over the ground poles, I've set up some bollard each side just to give us a point to head to. So it's a good visual tool for us both to know where to stop. Now I've decided to use my hind quarter yields and my fore quarter yields to turn around at each end and head back over the walking poles. You can see we're not having the best of success, but that's okay. That's a nice step there, and off we head. So you can't hear because I've turned the sound off it, so because there was a lot of wind going on, but she does kind of just slightly catch some of the poles as she goes over. There we are. See how she knew to smell and stop at that bollard? And again we have a rest there. And we're doing a hind quarter yield. Nice stepping over. That was a really nice one. Give her a little stroke for that one, and then we set off again. Each time we approach the poles, she's looking at them, she's interested, she's not alarmed in any way, and she is trying to step over them, but we do just keep catching them. I hope that just improves over time. Again, stopping lovely at the bollard. Give her a little rest, and then we try again. Now I'm aiming for a 4 quarter yield in the opposite direction, but I do hit quite a few more challenges here. She's moving forward a lot. She's finding it really difficult to understand. And I do actually hit a section in this piece here where I feel I'm actually pulling too much on the reins, and I don't want to put through that kind of pressure. So I do actually change tactics and decide to leave that for another session to go back over them as an individual task rather than keep fighting with her in this section here. Right at this moment here, I hadn't quite given up completely, so I turn around, take her back, and I do try one more time to get her to do a 4 quarter yield. But you can see she's pulling around a lot, a little bit of swishiness, and we're getting more walk forward than actual 4 quarter turn. So as I head back over the poles and to the next bollard, this is the point at which I'm thinking we need a new plan. So I head there, and we stop nicely at the bollard, and then I'm thinking in my head, what can I do instead for today? So I decide that we're going to take her around the bollard instead. Just a simpler task, so she's only got to concentrate on the walking poles. She does start knocking some of the poles around a bit at one point, but even if she knocks them around, then I just let her walk over them as they are. It's not like we're trotting, so she can be careful at the walk quite easily. It's up to her really. There you can see it got knocked there, so I'm not going to get off and move that because we're walking. So you'll just watch this a few more times, go backwards and forwards. She generally just tends to just slightly knock the poles as she goes over. Nothing too major, we don't really get any more really rolling around too much. I was pretty pleased with that lot, so we just wait for a bit, give her a little break. So now I'm heading off to a different task to take her mind off it a bit. I've got 2 cones set out, and I'm going around them now to familiarise her with the fact the cones are there. She's having a look at one, that's nice. And my plan is to do like a figure 8. and I'm going to use my body, so my whole body is turning, my reins are turning as much as my legs and my head to guide her on the circle. She does a lovely circle around that one, especially if you think back to the other training session where it was all a bit wild. And on this time I go straight through, and it ends up cutting a little bit close to the other cone, but still we get a reasonable circle. As I come back through, I decided it might be a good point to stop in the middle to let her think about each circle as an individual section. She had a tiny little trip, but that's okay, she's still flowing forward. There we are. Lovely. Now I'm swapping my stick over to the outside, because if she does drift out through the shoulder and she doesn't listen to my leg, then I can just tap slightly on the shoulder to say, hey, listen with your shoulder. Now we were really too close to the cone that time, so she reacted too much to my body turning in, but at least she did turn. Lovely circle. So she finds that side a lot easier. Now we go again. But I do think this was mentally quite challenging for her, even though she looks like she's progressing through it. Now here's what we start to see a little bit here, is she starts getting a bit confused, or she's trying to distract from it. So she does a little bit sideways and then we go round. She likes to stop quite close to that other cone, whereas I would have preferred her more in the middle. Now, as I go to ask her to walk off this way, she gets a little confused again and starts going sideways. So I'm thinking, am I doing a wrong signal? She also starts kind of turning her head round this way, so I feel like there's something maybe irritating her that's affecting how she's going at the minute. See, she's going sideways the other way now. Her head's going around, so I'm checking the curve, checking there's nothing like flies or anything that's folded over that I don't know about. And I'm not sure what's going on, so I decide to leave that task for now and go see if she's happy doing something else. If she's not happy doing something else, then I'll know that there is a bigger problem I need to get off and have a look at. As you can see, we've come back to the poles and she's not unhappy doing this, so I don't know, was it confusion? Was it something irritating? I don't know. But again, she's doing really nice over these poles, being a little bit more careful now, so I'm very pleased with that. You can see her taking a look at it as she goes over. I stopped after that because I knew she did quite well. I'm just going around it, I'm kind of using the bollards as a bit for figure eight as well, going the opposite way on each one. So it's almost like she doesn't quite realise she's doing a figure eight on this. Yeah, she did really, really nice. Now at the end, what I do is similar to the beginning, I just wait a little bit on her back, let her go around, and I just spend some time with her before I dismount. Slightly awkward dismount as I got the stirrup stuck on my foot, but there we are. As an added bit of fun in the evening, I was able to pop along to a local tack sale that was being held at the local village hall. It wasn't very big, but there was some really good stuff there. There are a couple of pieces that I am particularly looking for, so I have a quick look through what's there. But I soon spot these lovely sparkly overreach boots, and they take my fascination.
Have you?
Yes,
I've got the handbag, the purse, and a big yeah.
I have indeed. I know that bag.
I treated myself once as rare, but I was like, someone had it for sale. I'm like, I'm buying that set.
Yeah.
I'm particularly looking for a girth that's midway between two sizes that I have already, and possibly a bridle. I spot some more sparkly, these kind of maybe tendon boots, I'm not sure, but they have some nice sparkle on them.
Oh, they're cool.
Having a look around, and I spot these lovely bridles.
They're pretty. Are they for showing?
Sorry?
They're pretty. Are they for showing?
Yes, they're for Arabs.
Oh, lovely they
Yeah,
are.
they are. Yeah.
Oh, it's a little set together, is it? Or a different one?
No, that one has got the bit
Yeah.
already attached to it, and obviously that one hasn't.
Yeah,
obviously.
they're pretty. They are
They
really
are.
nice.
They're
Yeah.
absolutely lovely.
I've got a fjord. She's far too destructive for anything like that.
Yeah.
But they are lovely. Yeah.
There we are.
Thank you for explaining them to me. Yeah.
Off to the next stand, and I think I've spotted some bridles.
What size is that?
Some cob, is it? I think.
Oh, it's gone there. Yeah.
All their data, urgent accounts have to be in the end.
A bit too.
I've
Got a fjord with a big space.
Bridles there. Somewhere. I don't believe there's such a matter.
finally got through it.
See, these are the smallest bits as well, aren't
Yeah,
they? Is he
yeah.
big or small faced?
Quite broad.
Broad.
Like she's kind of somewhere between a cob and a full, if you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
she's like had the full. At the
Yeah.
end, yeah.
That's quite long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's bigger than that one.
This is definitely. I think so. And what kind of price is it?
I want £7 for that.
Yeah. I'll probably come back for that in a minute and look around.
The bridle was a good price, but I want to have a look around everywhere else first before I make a final decision.
I want for him to on this.
These are nice. Oh, yeah.
The next stall is more like a bric-a-brac stall than anything to do with horses, but I do spot a man making what looks like a handmade string rug.
Are you making that? Are they quite difficult to make? Yeah.
Half an hour to plait it, and I was together.
Wow.
The dough much more than twice the time.
Yeah. They look really good.
Stainless string. Made from stainless string.
Wow. That's amazing. Very skillful.
The dough much inside and outside.
Yeah.
Try sit in chair without a cushion, and with the cushion with the thing.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah. Oh, it does make a difference, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it makes a difference. Yeah.
Put it there. The warm up.
Temperature as well. Yeah.
Yeah, warm
Yeah. My dad used to make the Hessian sacks and thread the rag in through, the ones that go in front of the fireplace. Do you know what I mean?
Like that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's pretty good. We have to move them upstairs to pull it out.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you for explaining that to me.
Moving to the next stand, some riding clothing, and finally I find some girths. I know they're there, so I'll come back to them in a bit, I think, and have a better look. I'll see what else is available first. These are obviously new girths. As I look around, there's some giant tack here, obviously for a shy horse of some description. Some lovely bridles, very fancy ones at the end there. Very sparkly, nice.
Beautiful bling going on there.
And then there's a box underneath for some bits, and so I'm going to have a quick look through there, see if I can see any girths that are suitable or a bridle. Nothing that's really suitable for me, unfortunately. Just move into the last stand to have a look, and there's lots of caricatures on different plates and t-shirts, etc. Going back to the girths now, I've decided to have a bit more of a look and see if there's one suitable. I think I might need to get out my girths though to really size up properly. I'm going to go find Samantha, who runs the Tack sale, to see how much the girths are and if it's okay to get my girths out.
No, it's the only
And sheer fluffy girths.
they should be priced. I think they're 18. One of them's got a price on at least. It will be 50 on one of them. Is there a price on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're all
the same.
Are you
yeah,
okay
it's
if
that
I
one's
get
in a
my
different pattern.
manky girths out and try to size next to them? I want something in between what I've got at the moment. Is that all right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I want something between these two. Is what I want. A bit longer than that. A bit shorter than that.
That's quite a big between.
It is.
So I'm looking through all the girths and I'm looking at the sizes and I'm going to compare them with my girths. And as I said, I'm looking for one in between the two sizes. One of the girths fits between both saddles at the moment, but it's a little bit long on the other one. So I'm hoping that by getting something in between, I can still use it on both saddles, but it won't get in the way quite so much. Here I'm trying it against one. It does seem to be the right size, so that looks like a good one.
Roll cigarettes and I stick them in
That.
in my brush. So that's what you had to put on handy. So,
Can I have that?
you certainly can.
You do that. Thank you. It's somewhere between, so I'm happy that might do the job.
Yeah, if it doesn't fit, you're welcome to bring it back and change it.
Thank you, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's organised for that.
Hello, hello.
And then I spot my good friends Vicky and Glenn.
It's fun. I bought my other two, and I'm like, I want longer than that. She's like that, and shorter than that. She's like, she says that's quite a bit in between. I'm like, yeah, that's yeah, good thing.
Nice.
But I can, they both work. But I just want a little bit longer for JJ because she's like sticking to near her elbow. So I want a little bit longer. Or when I use the other saddle, it's a little bit too long for the other saddle, if you know what I mean. So I think it's a bit right for that. So, how are you two?
Yeah, of course, yeah, we found it. I want to get a roller for
I saw some
and
the second-hand bits. I can't think
reins,
where.
whatever,
Long reins.
long reins.
Yeah, I swear I saw one somewhere. Might be down here. I can't remember. That is, I think, for sure. We're talking little
That's
big
massive,
thing.
isn't it? Yeah.
Little big thing. I saw a bridle over there. I'm thinking, yeah. But she's wrecked the bridle against this bridle.
Sure.
Every time. I mean, I'll come to it after and tomorrow. Do you have a roller or any long lines or anything like that?
I haven't got a roller yet. It's still at the stables. I have. I didn't think.
Always.
I've had. Yeah, it's been in the bag packed. I can't remember what size it is.
Well,
What
I tell
size
you-
did you want?
For Cobb,
Yeah, I think it might.
32.
It might. For how big?
She's 32.
13.2. Well, it might be too big. I think it
Yeah.
might be too big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen all the sparkle boots down here? It's like got big sparkle boots. It's like sparkle. You haven't got a roller or some long reins or anything like that, have you?
No, not faulted me.
No.
Vicky takes an interest in the fly rug, so she needs one.
Are all the second ones 5.9?
All right. Right, I'm gonna get the bridle. Thank you. Well, what if I want to take her somewhere? She's got nothing that's like looks like a proper bridle. Thank you. Thank you.
A little bit of decision making time for Vicky and Glenn as there are two available, but they finally make up their mind between each and choose one.
Happy days? Yeah. I haven't.
Right, I'll see you in a bit.
Well, that's been a lovely time. I'm heading back and I will be seeing Vicky and Glenn shortly at my house. If you've enjoyed this, check out some of the other tack sale videos that we've been to previously.